Hey guys, I wanted to come on here and do the question of the week. This is actually the question from last week because last week I was out of town and on vacation and I didn't do the question of the week. So you'll get two this week. And here is the first one of those. And this comes to me from people or someone on my YouTube channel has commented about this quite often. And maybe there's some confusion here, so I'd like to clarify this. And the question is basically, how are we supposed to think that what's going on in the physical world regarding our twin flame is irrelevant when we are living in the physical world and we are a part of the physical world and we would like a physical relationship with our twin flame? I couldn't fit all that in the title, but you get the point. And that is. There's kind of different answers and angles for this question. First of all, when I say that what is going on in the physical world is irrelevant, I mean regarding your twin flame and only your twin flame, right? Physical world, everything else you live in, I mean, you have to get to places on time. There's things you have to do. I get that. You have responsibilities in the physical world. That's one thing. There's the twin flame journey, and then there's everything else. They're two separate things, twin flame journey, and then everything else in your physical life and world, right? When I, give videos or talk or I'm coaching or whatever, I'm only referring to, unless otherwise specifically noted, the twin flame journey. So when I say that whatever is going on in the physical world is irrelevant, I mean regarding your twin flame. I mean what your twin flame is doing, saying, thinking, or feeling is irrelevant for the twin flame journey. And that then carries over to when you're interacting with your twin flame, what you're saying, doing, thinking, feeling is irrelevant. It's not irrelevant in the terms of you balancing your energy because that's where your focus needs to be. But what I mean is, like, for example, what you say, the words you say to your twin flame are irrelevant. As long as your energy is balanced and not in there pushing, then the words don't matter. It doesn't matter what you say. I mean, you could say anything and it wouldn't matter because, if your energy is not there, your twin flame's still going to be there, right? So that's basically what I mean by that in that context. Now, regarding the fact that, okay, you want a physical relationship with your twin flame, so how could what they're doing, saying, thinking, or feeling be irrelevant? Well, here's the answer to that. So if you want a physical relationship with your twin flame, that's fine, that's doable, but it cannot be accomplished or achieved, or I guess I should say attained. You cannot get there through normal physical means. In other words, through outside of yourself. You must get there by having an energetic relationship with yourself, with your soul, and being taking care of the separateness, collapsing the separateness that you have with your own soul, which then will be reflected to you by the physical form of your twin flame being there. If you want to be together physically with your twin flame, you must first be together with yourself, your soul, because your twin flame is your soul. So you have to do it through the soul, through the energy that I talk about. It has nothing to do with what's going on in the physical world outside of you. And so that's why I say that it's irrelevant what the twin flame is doing, saying, thinking, or feeling, right? That has nothing to do with it. It has to do with your own soul. And so that's the energy that we work with during this journey and must work with. And so if your twin flame is physically not there with you, that's showing you that you are separated from your soul within. And so in order to be not separated physically from your twin flame, you need to be not separated from your soul on an energetic level within. And that means what? What separates you from your soul? Your soul is love energy. What is not love energy is fear energy. So that's why we balance out the fear-based energy. We balance that out, we transmute it. That means we alchemize it. It gets changed into love energy, into our soul energy. And so as we do that, and as we shift closer into alignment with our soul, we're taking away the separateness that we have always had with our own selves, our own souls within ourselves, and then that will enable our twin flame to physically be there with us. Your twin flame is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. Your twin flame is your reverse mirror. They are reflecting that back to you. So if your twin flame is not there, that means, guess what? You're not there for yourself inside of you. So that's how you have to do it. You have to go within and pay attention to that, not what's going on in the physical world. Okay, regarding your twin flame. And another thing I would like to point out about this, yes, you might want a physical relationship with your twin flame, which is fine, but it will never, ever, it cannot be what we think of as a normal physical relationship. That's not going to happen again. It just can't, because normal physical relationships are fear-based, and we can't have fear-based energy anywhere with our twin flame, or our twin flame cannot physically be there. We cannot physically be with our twin flame if there's fear-based energy. So what we all are conditioned to believe or to think is love and like, you know, a good relationship is not. That's all fear-based energy. We can't have a truly loving relationship with anyone at this point yet on the level of human consciousness, except for our twin flame, which is ourselves. We're just not there yet on the level of consciousness. Doing it with ourselves first is the very first step. So we have to learn how to love ourselves before we can love anyone else, and before anyone else can love us, right? And that is the twin flame. That is ourself. That's what this journey is about, ourselves. And, you know, getting to know and love and understand ourselves as a soul. And that's why we must go through our soul in order to have any kind of physical relating experience with our twin flame. Now, when I say it's different, it will never be the same type of normal 3D relating experience like we have with other people. That means what? It means that, you know, people, we're conditioned to, well, we are conditioned, we're taught that in order to have a loving relationship, there's certain expectations and conditions that need to exist for that relationship to even exist itself, right? Like we think, for example, oh, if we're in love with someone, then we're not going to be with anyone else. They're not going to be with anyone else. I mean, and be that as it may, they could or could not. But the point is that, you know, just putting that kind of an expectation on there, that's a condition. And love, by definition, is unconditional. That means there are no conditions, right? So to have a physical relating experience with your twin flame, you can't have any kind of expectations or conditions like those kind of things there. And there's many, many of them that exist in the realm of relationships in the 3D world. That's why they're fear-based. Fear is conditions. Love is no conditions. So, you know, that kind of relationship, if that's what you're looking to have with your twin flame, again, that's just not going to happen. It can't happen because your twin flame can't physically be there if you have those kind of conditions and expectations there, right? Because that's fear. So you say if you want a physical relationship with your twin flame, you can have it, but it needs to get out of your mind or imagination or anything that it's going to be like it was the first time with your twin flame, or, you know, like it has been in previous times with your twin flame, or like it's been with anyone else. Now, if you just want a normal 3D relationship in general with conditions, with, you know, whatever, go to town. You can do that with anyone else in the entire world. That's perfect. That's fine. You know, you don't need to be unconditional with anyone else. You can't be at this point in time because they can't be with you, because, you know, first we have to do this part of the journey, which is the twin flame journey. So that's fine. Go do that. But that cannot exist with the twin flame from now on. Now that you're on this journey, that can't be. It's not me being mean. It's not me telling you you can't because, you know, just for the hell of it. It's just that's the nature of the energy. If you're going to have any fear there, which would be conditions, which would be expectations, then your twin flame can't physically be there, right? That's what we're doing. We're balancing out the fear-based energy that does exist in order for your soul to bring you two physically together, right? You know, but if there's fear-based energy in there, your soul can't bring you two physically together. And if it comes back in, guess what? Guess who's gone? Again, physically, your twin flame, right? I mean, that's what we're doing. And that's why those of you who are caught in the back and forth relating pattern with your twin flame, you know, where they come and go out of your life physically, is what's happening. It's that, you know, they come in and then the fear-based energy builds up again, and then that causes them to leave. And then it comes back down, and then they come in. But what we need to learn how to do is to permanently balance that fear-based energy, meaning transmute it and alchemize it into love energy. So that if you do want to have a physical relating experience with your twin flame, you can have one. It just can't have any of those fear-based components with it. And when you're in a state of no fear, you're in a state of pure love. That is what I call meh. MEH, meh, like the emojis, meh. And I mean, it just means that, you know, you are not putting any kind of expectations on the twin flame outside of you, which is the physical form of twin flame, outside of yourself to make you feel any way, to make you feel good, to make you feel bad, right? You're not doing that. Meh is you feel good, you feel just great, you feel at peace, you feel content, you feel whole, you feel total, you feel complete, whether your twin flame physically is there or not. And it's in that space that your twin flame can be there. Do you see the difference between that and a normal 3D relating experience? A normal 3D relationship is what? Oh my gosh, we depend on that person for our happiness, to make us feel whole and complete, to make us validated, to make us feel like, you know, we have finally going to have the life we wanted, or, you know, the kids we wanted, the family we wanted, all this other stuff, the marriage we want. But we're looking to outside of ourselves to someone else to fulfill all those things for us. When really the whole point of this journey is that it's to love yourself. So you know that yourself is enough, that you love yourself and you're in love with yourself. And I mean, the twin flame physically can be there, fine. But remember, yourself is that twin flame, right? So you're physically loving yourself. I mean, not physically loving yourself, you're totally loving yourself first. And then when you're in love with yourself, you can have the physical form of the twin flame there. But you have to love yourself first within. And so that's what I mean. The twin flame journey has nothing to do with the physical form or personality of that being that your soul is also in. It really has nothing to do with your own physical being. It just has to do with the energy. And so that's how you can get through this journey. This is how you feel amazing. This is how you love yourself. This is how you get to meh. And then how your soul can magnetize you and your twin flame physically together to have a physical relating experience, should you choose to, albeit in a completely different level and way than anything you've ever experienced before. Or you can choose to have a normal physical relating experience with someone else, anyone else, and that's perfect too. But, you know, right now we just need to get over the pain. We need to really embrace what this journey is about, which is learning how to love ourselves on the deepest level possible, a deeper level than any of us even know prior to this exists, and that is as a soul. And that's how we do it. So I hope that answered that question and clarified that about the physical versus the non-physical. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later in this week for another question of the week. Have a great week until then. Lots of love.